Morning. Today's video is coming from Austin, Texas, just before we head home to the UK. Hope you like it. If you do like it, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Good morning from Austin, Texas, right beside the airport and the hotel. I've been here for a day and a bit, and it's time to head back to the UK for some break time. When we got here, I came here with my Welsh friend Pete. We are still friends after the time we've spent in the truck together. I think, well, at least I'm friends with him. I think he's still friends with me. The green truck that we collected, when we collected it, the locks didn't work on it. We couldn't lock it, so it was in the shop for a couple of weeks waiting for new locks and barrels and keys and all that junk to come. And we got it finally on the road on Monday. So it's up and running. Pete and I took the yellow truck across the country with a load of frozen French fries and got into Tennessee, unloaded and reloaded with frozen pizzas, brought them back to Salt Lake, arrived there last Sunday, and had Paul, he flew back. Wes was still in the oil field with the blue truck. Paul had flown, driven back from Vegas in his pickup to Midland. We had him bobtail up in the green truck to Salt Lake, where I took that from him. He unloaded for me on the Monday, and I went up to Idaho and got stickers, vinyls on it, and got the IFTA license for it. Did a couple other bits and pieces to get it to go. We found a load for him out to Tennessee, and I thought, here we go, we're going to have 3 trucks in the go. I'll take the yellow one with the trailer on it. I'll put Paul with a trailer in the green one, and Wes will be in the oil field. Happy days. So Paul came up on the Monday night to collect the trailer from me, and he left. I'll try and put a picture on of the green truck with its stickers on it and the reefer behind it ready to go. I was quite proud of it. It's a good looking outfit. And being proactive, doing some preventative maintenance, I put our blue truck in to get an oil change done in it at the TA in Big Spring, Texas. I was going to pick up a trailer on the Tuesday, pick up on the Tuesday, get a load down here and go to work. Load the yellow truck with a load to Texas, unload it, and then it'd be ready here for when I come back. And Paul was going to run reefer, Wes in the oil field. If it got slow in the oil field, Wes was going to take a trailer. All that got thrown into chaos on Monday night, when, after Paul had left, quite proud of the truck leaving, as I said, and then I get a phone call from Wes to say that the oil change still hadn't taken place. They were still trying to get the truck started. And I thought, why? What's wrong with the truck? It runs perfectly. They said, no, they don't have oil pressure, and then they get that fixed, but now they can't get it started. And the batteries are flat, and they think the starter might be out on it. I thought, too many ifs and too many strange things here. So I called down to the workshop and got some complete moronic idiot on the phone who proceeded to tell me, yeah, we got it going, and we're trying our best to get it going for you, bud. Don't be giving us any grief here, bud, because we're trying to get the truck going for you, bud. And at which point, if anybody knows me, knows that it didn't go down well. And I said, I'm not your freaking bud, and just leave the truck alone. till your boss gets in the morning. So they did that. But I had in between that time found out from Wes that he was standing outside the workshop. They started the truck, it was running. He went in and paid for it, $350, and then he walked across to the truck stop to get a soda, walked back, and they told him, oh, the batteries are flat, we're going to jump start it now. And so the batteries have now had a problem. Later that night they told me they'd cranked it that many times that they probably burnt out the starter motor. Lies, lies, lies. What they did was, here is the truth, they started the truck, they drained the oil first of all, they took the filters off, they put the wrong filter on it, they put oil in it, they started it up, and if you've ever tried to drink a milkshake or a drink through a straw with a hole in it, you'll know that you don't get much liquid in your mouth. And so by them putting the wrong filter on it, it was like the oil pump was trying to suck through a straw with a hole in it, or a blocked straw. So therefore, no oil going around the engine. Therefore, the engine ran with no oil and then went clunk and seized. Locked the engine up. Put it in for an oil change. 6 hours later, they've destroyed it. Got a bit of attitude off the kid that was dealing with it. His manager, however, was very sympathetic. The area manager was very, very sympathetic, and the truck has been dragged to Peterbilt, where they're going to fit a new engine, which is probably going to cost them, if they get changed out of $40,000, I would be astonished. I'm having to pay the truck, I'm having to pay the insurance, the truck is in the shop, so they've also charged me for the oil change. so much for preventative maintenance. I know it does work, I'm just being a bit facetious there. But so much for the TA truck stop. Stupid kids working on very expensive equipment with no any idea of the seriousness of what they're doing. Luckily, they destroyed an engine. If they destroyed a braking system, if they destroyed a wheel going on, if they destroyed anything that was massively safety issue, a big safety issue, I think if you can't do an oil change, which is probably the most basic thing in a workshop to do, grease it and do the oil, easy. But they blew it, and it's going to cost them a massive amount. I doubt the kid has a job still. But that's the state of play. So I've got the green one on and the blue one's off. The yellow one still running. So at that time I thought, right, I'll jump in the yellow truck and get it down to Wes. No sense in getting a trailer when we've no truck for him to drive. Drove down here, and the company that we're working for have started jerking us about with money, taking money out of our settlements without any acknowledgement for what it's for. It's gone quiet, the insurance is high, they want more, as I said before in another video, they want us to have $5 million of the coverage. I don't want to pay that when they cut the rates. They've cut the rates twice down here, and so there's rumours of them cutting the rates again, and I thought, no, that's enough. I spilt sand, hands up, clear back in June, and instantly they took $2,500 out of my account, out of my settlement. And then I argued with them, said, look, show me the bill, show me who's charging you that money for the sand spill. Yeah, I've got an email. Never saw the email. Oh yeah, it was a phone call. Then I spoke to the guy at US Silica, nothing. Eventually he put the money back in onto one of my statements, but my gut feeling is that they're low in funds. Things have been quiet. Now they're trying to clean house and steal money off of everybody that they can. So he took $1,500 out of my settlement this week. It's coming on Tuesday. Called them up. I need to see proof of this money. Oh yeah, I've got it somewhere in an email. I'll send it to you. tomorrow. That was Thursday. Still don't have it. The question is, do you keep working for people like that? The answer for me is, I don't think so. So, after bringing the truck 1,200 miles down from Idaho, without a trailer, to go to work in the oil fields, got down here, was stone dead. That settlement thing happened when I was about 200 miles away from here, from Midland. So, spoke to Wes and Paul, spoke to my wife, got some thoughts from them, and based on their chat and things that I felt, I just thought, you know what, they're going to be changing the logs here, so is it's all electronic logs from December. And I thought, oil field is great, it's a fabulous place to make money when the rates are good. When the rates are bad and the work's quiet, you're just sitting around living in a very expensive place, and it's just not worth it. If it comes good again, I'll be back in a different realm, a different company probably. I've already got something lined up that I was going to have Paul do, but I'm going to wait for almost 3 weeks. And so I sent Wes up to Idaho to get another trailer. The two of them can run over the road till I get back. Since we've done it, the first load I took out, I was highly impressed by the margins that I was left with, and it's pleasurable. You're clean, usually. You're clean, and the money's mine. I decide where the truck goes, I decide when it works, I decide where it works. I speak to the drivers, I can get there where they want to be, when they want to be home. I can run them through their house for a day or two. In fact, Wes has stopped in Vegas on the way up to Idaho, just for the Saturday and Sunday. He got there last night, Friday night. He'll be here there Saturday, he'll be there Sunday, and he'll leave Sunday afternoon to get up there. And he'll take the green truck and run over the road with that. We'll get him loaded on Monday, and Paul can go up to Idaho with the yellow one that's got a little fuel leak. I'll get that worked on up there and grab another trailer, and he can go over the road. Haven't decided whether to get a reefer or a flatbed. Flatbed's $200 a week less to have, and some of the rates are really good, but I really don't know the flatbed market. I don't have the chains, the binders, the tarps, all that stuff, so I don't know whether it's a better thing to do in the springtime when the flatbed goes hot. Looks like, I don't know. And we're coming into the last quarter of the year, and that's reefer season. The potato crop is going to be out the ground soon. It's coming out now, and then it'll be ready to ship, a lot of it. So the rates for the spuds at Idaho will be hot. Thanksgiving's coming up, big. It's a big deal for refrigerated products. And then it's Christmas trees, which is a great way to make a dollar. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Probably get them another reefer, run the two of them, and then when I'm away, thanks to the wonderful people at TA Workshops and TA Travel Centres of America. What a grand name for a freaking crap hole of a place. Used to be, there were good restaurants. Some of them are good. The one in Big Spring leaves a ton to be desired. I've mentioned that before. But the workshop, I don't know if it's just the oil field, and there's a high demand for labour here, and so they end up with people doing jobs that they shouldn't be doing. But thanks to them, that truck will come back with a brand new engine in it, and hopefully it's done within the next 2.5, 3 weeks when I'm away. So then we'll need to discuss the matter of compensation for me paying the truck, paying the insurance, and getting absolutely no use out of it. Hotel expenses, bringing trucks here to work, and just the general butt ache of having to deal with this. But then when I get back, I'll fly in here, grab a truck, and head over the road myself. I'll give Wes his blue truck back, and I'll take the green one. I believe my wife's going back with me, so we'll have her company in the truck. I say I believe because made plans to do it, and then she's not been able to get her time off her work, and then she has had it, and then somebody else has booked holidays, and so I think at this moment in time that she's booked the time off to come over here for 3-4 weeks when they come back. So that's the update. A couple of hours to go get the flight, but other than that, the yellow truck's running fantastically well. The profit margin on the over-the-road stuff is way ahead of the oil field. Anybody that tells you that they're making big bucks in the oil, yeah, you might be getting $600 a load, but by the time somebody else takes 20% off of it, you're only getting 5, and you have to pay your men as if they're making 6. So that's okay if it's a short load, but now we're running for about $2 a mile at the company I'm with, and by the time they take their 20% off of it, then you pay your driver as if he's made a payment percentage, still doing that. But whereas if they run over the road, I can guarantee them minimum that they'll make $1,500 a week easily. Down here you could be sitting here all week and make 2. The truck make 2, and driver makes $500. So and then my $2,000, okay, just make it easier. If I did $5,000, pretty much $1,000 of that's gone to the company you're working for. So you're left with just over 4. You're paying the fuel on $5,000. You're paying the driver's wages on $5,000, but you still only get 4. And anybody that thinks that they're going to come down here, work in the oil field for these so-called big numbers, there's guys out there who are working and doing the sand cans where they take 25% of your earnings off the top, gone. And so if you've done $10,000, you're only getting 7.5. Your driver's going to get 2.5 of that, so you're down to 5. Fuel's going to be 25% of $10,000, so you're down to 2.5. And out of that 2.5, you've got to pay for a truck, repair it, maintain it. In the oil field where tyres get tore up, things get tore up, so, and you put them into TIA truck stops where they destroy your truck. So still get 2 trucks on the road running, the other one's in the shop. Only have to make 2 payments on it because the way the lease is done with me, if it's a truck that breaks down, that's fine, they stop the payments on it. But this one here, I need to claim the expense off of TA because it's their fault, the truck's off the road, it's been negligently repaired. So, but once I get back, we'll have the 3 rolling into the busy season. By then I'll be fresh, ready to go. Looking forward to getting over there, spending some time with my wife. My daughter and her husband are coming over, and we're going to travel around the country and let them see Scotland and all its gorgeous places and eat some of its fantastic food. So that is the plan. I'll go get Welsh Pete here, drag his sorry butt to the airport and stick him on a plane. We've had a good time with him. He's seen a lot. They're astonished at the speed limits that they have here in the trucks. You know, it's you'll be sitting at 80 miles an hour and somebody will go by you, or depending on how awake you are, they only go by me if I'm only doing 80 if I'm sleepy. But really impressed by our green truck as well. Went out to Tennessee and averaged 7.3 miles to the gallon, and I know he was not hanging back. The amount of time it took him to get there, he was not doing 65 miles an hour. And so the yellow truck, she's a 5, so you'll get 5. The blue one will should probably do about 7 as well. So it's a time to hit the road and go over the road, but for me now it's time to hit the skies and fly home, landing into Gatwick tomorrow, grab a car, head up to the middle of the country and meet my wife. She's taking the train down and we'll spend the day and that night in the lakes and have a good time there. So I'll take some footage from the UK and stick it on here. I'll give you some updates, okay? But thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like them. Thank you. Bye bye.